Welcome to the BoxingVoice.com official boxing radio show. Our radio show will provide in-depth international coverage of the sport of boxing. You'll receive your daily boxing news and headlines as well as pre-fight previews on upcoming fights, along with a detailed review of every fight, the aftermath, and its results. Our audience is second to none with callers from all over the world. Tune in once and become addicted. The difference between us and most is our continued efforts to prioritize the boxing fans, putting them first, giving them the platform to express their angers and their celebrations when they pick the winner correctly or incorrectly. Call in and voice your opinion here on the Voice of the People hotline, 646-478-3068. Make sure you follow us on YouTube and Blog Talk Radio to receive one email whenever a show is scheduled, because we do spontaneous shows you wouldn't want to miss. Follow us on all social networks at The Boxing Voice.
You're listening to The Boxing Voice.
It's showtime! Welcome back, boxing fans.
Blood is good.
Blood is emotion.
Too much blood coming out of the eye. Blood is a story, a drama.
Deep gas, blood pouring right into his eye.
Blood is what we want to see in terms of passion.
Blood streaming now from the cut in the eye, the nose, his mouth, his cheeks swollen, and he's still tall.
What we want is a bloody good fight tonight.
We have Heather, the Heat Hardy. Is this you?
This is me. I think I need to talk to you every night because you make me smile and blush over here.
Never been a lame-o, never been a lame-o. Yeah, I love the trip. I'm okay.
You're serious? You're serious?
And that's the good thing about UK. That's why I can't hate on them guys, man. They love fucking boxing.
No fighters in England. They all bums.
Did you hear what this idiot just said?
Yo, son, you're gonna get your ass beat by Molina, son.
Are you fucking kidding me? He's overrated.
Do some pushes for me right now.
For the interview?
Yes. Let those gifted hands go. Get out of here, Virgil. Go home.
What next?
You want the title shot at the field? You not even honest? You want the title shot at the field?
BoxingVoice.com.
This is why we use the word sensation.
All right, everybody, welcome to a very special edition of the Boxing Voice. Like we've told you many times in the past, we do spontaneous shows. This is one. I hope you've been following us on one of our many social medias, which usually is the Boxing Voice, THA, of course. Right from the jump, I'm joined by my main man.
You want the title shot at the field? You not even honest? You want the title shot at the field?
What's going on, man? The boxing world is starting to shake up a little bit this week. Lots of news, lots of news.
Everyone's excited. I mean, we haven't been this excited in a long time. I know that in the past we've heard of negotiations between the Pac-Man and Mayweather, but I don't know, man. This time seems a bit different. He's coming out. He's saying that no fight is bigger than him and Pacquiao on May 2nd, and he's right. But you know what no one is paying attention to, Beeb, is towards the end of that interview where he says Bob Arum doesn't want it on May 2nd. And obviously he wants it on May 2nd, which he made clear on the video. Credit to Ellie Setback. So what does that mean? Is it going to be a battle that this fight could only be done if it's on May 2nd?
Well, let's look at this whole situation. Again, I do not disrespect any Mexicans out there. I'm not disrespecting you guys. I understand the holiday or whatever, and I'm not trying to take away from that. I understand it. I get it. But all of a sudden, now that they're saying that Mayweather can't fight on this date or he shouldn't be fighting on this date, when he's fought on this date for the last 5 years. So now all of a sudden they want to take the dates back. They want to take them away from Mayweather. And it's so ironic that Oscar De La Hoya is jumping in on this as well, along with Bob Arum. We already know there's an agenda in play here. They're trying to push the Cotto-Canelo fight. And not only that, Oscar De La Hoya is trying to push a Khan Mayweather fight. And he kind of talked out of both sides of his mouth, because first off he said, yeah, Mayweather shouldn't be fighting on May 2nd. It should be Canelo. But then he said, okay, well, Amir Khan and Mayweather can get done for May 2nd. So I don't know if he made a mistake there, if he was tripped up. I don't know what the case may be. But all of a sudden, like I said, now they want this May 2nd fight back. So it seems as soon as one side says, I want it, the other side, throws up a roadblock. So the pendulum swings back and forth, And, I call it like I see it. Recently before Mayweather spoke out, it looked as though he didn't want it because of his silence. Usually when you're silent, that means you don't want something. You don't care. And I spoke out about it, and I want to give Nick Green a shout out because he criticized me, and he said, give Mayweather a chance. Let him respond. And, credit to Nick Green, because you were right, he did respond. So now the pendulum swings back to the Pacquiao camp, to the Bob Arum side of things. Oh, we don't want him to fight on May 2nd. That should be Canelo's date. So now Bob Arum and Oscar De La Hoya are throwing up a roadblock, so to speak. So if this fight doesn't get made because of the date, we can't blame Mayweather this time. Now we'll have to blame the other side. So it's just so hard to follow this. It's like a soap opera that never ends. But I still believe at the end of the day, if you put Pacquiao Mayweather up against Cotto Canelo, I think that obviously cooler heads are going to prevail. The Eagles will get put in the back pocket, and they know that this is the fight to make on May 2nd. So I don't know if this is all just posturing. I don't know what it is, if it's an alibi thrown up there by Bob Arum to find a way to not make this fight. I don't know, but it just seems like it's almost impossible for this fight not to happen now on May 2nd, because there's just too many people who want it. Too many people are involved in it. You got the big wigs at CBS involved in it. Everybody wants it. It's being talked about. It's going crazy. So, I just think that it's going to happen. I just hope that all this other BS goes away soon.
I do too, man. I hope that they could give the fight fans, something that we want. But let's get into this clip here.
How about Amir Khan and the possibility to be the plan B?
Once again, Amir Khan, other night I think he done 4,000 or so. Amir Khan, his name holds no weight. So no one knows who Amir Khan is, but people that's involved in boxing. My focus is Manny Pacquiao. Let's make it happen.
About Manny Pacquiao, now you are close, or what about the...
I'm really not sure. Like I said before, Bob Arum, Manny Pacquiao has been fooling the public for years. I never spoke about the fight. So years later, I finally decided to speak about the fight, and basically, the first time we didn't fight because of random blood and urine testing. The second time we didn't fight because he didn't want to take the $40 million. Now I don't know. Bob Arum is trying to throw another excuse out here, talking about they don't want to fight May 2nd. Why not? Let's make the fight happen.
So I don't really know how to take that, Beeb. I mean, it doesn't sound too... It doesn't make me feel any more confident that this fight is going to happen. I mean, because there's still something brewing at the bottom of that. Bob Arum's name is attached to it, and we know that Floyd and Arum have some sort of history where they can't come together, where they can't agree. I know that you said earlier that you quoted, I think, Bob Arum saying that, Canelo needs to have Mayweather's date of May 2nd. Listen, it's not his business, but it is his business, because at the end of the day, the fight that he wants to happen on that day is Canelo Cotto, obviously. I would assume that is the reason that he's, sticking his nose in that. But I don't know. Just hearing the audio, I don't sound too confident. How about yourself?
Well, it just adds to the drama. I just don't see how, at the end of the day, this fight can't get made for May 2nd. I don't see how this can't get made, because where does Pacquiao go? Where does Mayweather go? What is Bob Arum going to do? Are they content on just putting Canelo Cotto out there. I think there's just going to be a backlash if this fight doesn't get made. I think there's going to be, people being up in arms in the boxing community, the boxing public, the boxing media, the boxing fans. It's just whatever they put out there in place of this fight, it's going to bomb just because of the resentment of this fight not getting made. So if you put Cotto Canelo out there, I think it will take a hit. I think it will definitely take a hit. If they don't, I mean, why can't they make this fight May 2nd and then just make the Cotto Canelo fight maybe in June? I don't understand it. Cotto doesn't seem like, he cares if he fights Canelo or not. He seems very, very apathetic towards that fight, towards the notion of even fighting Canelo. He doesn't seem so enthused. It seems like, Canelo is making demands on Cotto, not realizing that Cotto is the A-side. Cotto's the A-side. He's earned that spot to be the A-side in that negotiations. And it seems as though Canelo wants to be the A-side in that fight. And that's going to be an issue making that fight. But I don't want to get off topic here. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. Bob Arum's a smart man. He's really a smart man. So at this point in time, it seems like it's personal on his side too. I used to think Bob Arum only cares about money, and obviously he does. I would think that he would put money first, but this back and forth he's having with Mayweather it has to be personal. I think he's offended, or he's disturbed by the fact that Mayweather left him and he became bigger without him. And then not only that, maybe he feels as though I made this guy, and all of a sudden now, he's against me. He's saying bad things about me, putting me down, putting down my brand after all we've done for him, early in his career. Whatever the case may be, Mayweather has earned that date. I mean, he's had that date for so many years. No one's ever complained about him having that date before. As I said, I hate to beat a dead horse. So now all of a sudden they're coming out of the woodwork saying we're taking that date back. But no one complained when he would fight Mexicans on that date. No one complained when he would fight Hispanic fighters on that date. No one complained when he was breaking records fighting on that date. So I just don't get it. Now, what is Bob Arum doing? It has to be personal. It has to be personal between him and Mayweather. It has to be. It can't be any other thing I could point to that would cause Bob Arum to not want to make this fight, because he would stand to make tons of money putting this fight out there opposed to any other fight. He knows that. And not only that, on several occasions, he has stepped out of the negotiations and let Todd DeBuff handle things. He's actually letting Todd DeBuff do this Cotto and Canelo thing right now. So why couldn't he let Todd DeBuff do the Mayweather-Pacquiao thing? I don't understand it. It's crazy. It's mind-boggling. And it just makes Bob Arum look even more worse now than he has in the past throughout this whole ordeal.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I just wanted to get done. But listen, we got some callers out here, so let's jump on them. 847, you're live. Who's this?
Yo, what up? It's the Fight Doctor.
Fight Doctor, what up?
What's going on? Listen, Bob Arum has, from day one, been the reason why this fight hasn't happened, and is the reason why, if the fight doesn't happen, and I'm about 50-50 on the fence right now, but will be the reason why the fight doesn't happen May 2nd. Listen, they could have made this fight back in 2012 on Cinco de Mayo when Mayweather got off of his domestic violence charge and got his sentencing pushed back, okay? The state of Nevada basically endorsed the fight in 2012 when they gave him until June to report for his 90 days, okay? But instead, what happened? He fought Cotto, and I think Pacquiao when he got knocked out by Juan Manuel Marquez, okay? So from day one, it's been Bob Arum who didn't want to make this fight. And even now, Pacquiao's drawing power has greatly diminished, and the fight at this point now is the most sellable it will ever be. Arum is not going to make any more money than he will make right now off the fight, and even now, that fat old bastard can't come to terms, come down off his high horse. I think the man is a racist, to be completely honest with you. Not only is he a greedy bastard, but he's an old, greedy, racist bastard. And the sooner he drops dead, him and Don King, the better off the sport of boxing will be. That's what I got.
Yeah, man, you seem highly upset, bro.
I'm a fan of boxing, okay? And Bob Arum and Don King have been two of the biggest stains on the sport of boxing ever since. Okay, ever since I've been a fan. Okay, there's a whole lot of fights that didn't happen because of them two sons of bitches. Okay, lots of fights. I remember back in the 80s and the 90s when Don King had the heavyweight division on lock, lots of fights didn't happen. Unification fights didn't happen because that old prickly head bastard, him and greedy ass Bob Arum, couldn't come to terms and make the fights that needed to be made. Or in the case of heavyweight division, it was Don King just being greedy. Okay, had a bunch of paper titles running around the heavyweight division for no apparent reason other than maybe Mike Tyson getting out of the lockup. You know, just dumb, stupid. Okay, lots and lots of fights never happened because of cats like Bob Arum and Don King. Okay, who've just been holding up progress in the sport of boxing. Okay, and now it seems like Oscar De La Hoya has come along and is following in the same footsteps with the same dumb shit that's been going on in the sport of boxing ever since I've been a fan, and that's been like since the mid '80s. Okay.
Well, I'm hoping that excuse me, that everything goes smoothly this time around. That's what we're hoping for. You know, we try to be optimists when it comes to this. I mean, this is good for the sport. Look how many people are giving their opinion on this fight alone. You know, I mean, Costa Zoo had something to say about it. Just about everyone is ready and wants it, and I think that it's probably better right now because the vulnerability of Pacquiao. You know, was it a perfect punch, or can it be done again? At the end of the day, a lot of people count Pacquiao out because he was knocked out, but you know.
Well, listen,
what if Mayweather can't knock him out?
At the end of the day, it's called boxing. It's not called a tough man competition. And the whole purpose of the sport is to win doing what you do best. Okay? It's not a tough man competition. Okay? You box by outpointing the guy. You win by outpointing the guy or knocking out the guy. Okay? Now, Mayweather is not a puncher, he's a boxer, okay? That's what he does. He outboxes you. He's like Pernell Whitaker in the sense that when you were watching a Pernell Whitaker fight back in the day, Pernell Whitaker, his thing was putting on a clinic and shutting guys out. And that's what he did in his heyday. I've never seen a guy
so fight doctor,
shut up.
let me get something straight here. Are you saying that Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao has no shot?
Pacquiao has a puncher's chance.
That's all?
Look, if the fight goes to the scorecards, it's Mayweather all day long. Okay? He has to knock Mayweather out to win. And to be honest with you,
well, Marcos Maidana, hold on. Marcos Maidana won arguably amongst all fans 4 to 5 rounds. Some even gave him 6. So what does the fight doctor want to say? How many did Marcos win?
Listen, man, first of all, triangle theories in boxing don't work.
Oh, they work.
Just because one
work.
No,
I don't think they do.
How do you explain the Ali Frazier Foreman dynamic? Okay? Triangle theories in boxing do not work. Just because one guy wins rounds off of you.
Well, it was obvious. It was obvious in that one. You know, Ali was just smarter. He was just smarter.
Well, how did
he wasn't smarter. He wasn't smarter than Frazier in the first fight, was he?
How did Jean Pascal beat Chad Dawson? Wait a minute. How did Jean Pascal beat Chad Dawson? Bernal Hopkins beats Jean Pascal, but he can't beat Chad Dawson. So the triangle theories don't work. I agree with the fight doctor in that. They don't work. It's been proven many times before. You are 100% right, fight doctor.
Steve, why are you coming with again? Here you come with this insignificant business.
I'm fucking agreeing with you, stupid. Why are you fucking telling me I'm saying a significant thing? I'm telling you that triangle theories don't work. I'm agreeing with you. I'm fucking.
Thank you. I'm just kind of used to you. I'm just kind of used to you coming with the insignificant stuff in the middle of the debate. Okay, so thank you, sir. Like I said, triangle theories in boxing don't work. However many rounds.
You got a bone to pick with Beeb? Huh? You got a bone to pick with Beeb or something?
Actually, yeah, I do on the Klitschko business, but we gonna talk about that later. Okay, we're not gonna talk about that tonight.
That's another thing. He's still mad at me because of the Klitschko thing. I understand.
Well,
how can I be mad at you about Klitschko? Okay, look, we'll talk about that another night. Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about that another night.
Mayweather Pacquiao.
Mayweather Pacquiao.
And just because Maidana won a couple of rounds off of Mayweather doesn't mean Pacquiao will. Styles make fights, and triangle theories do not work.
Listen, people haven't been wanting this fight for 7 years because Pacquiao's got no shot and only a puncher shot. Get the fuck out of here with that, man.
Look, there are tons and tons of casual fans who watch the sport of boxing who don't know shit about the sport, okay? Now, let's be real. Let's be honest. Most people who watch the sport don't have a clue as to what the fuck is really going on, okay? Listen, Mike Tyson was still selling pay-per-views well past his sell-by date. Why? Because the casual fans were just enamored with what he did in his prime. He left such an impression upon boxing that in 2003, when he fought Lennox Lewis, the man was 13 years past his best days and was still breaking pay-per-view records, okay? That's because the casual fans don't know shit about the sport of boxing, okay? And that's essentially what's going on right now. Pacquiao is past his sell-by date. He is, okay? But it does not matter because the man is still popular. He still has a following, and the boxing audience, the greater boxing audience, has been demanding this fight since 2009. Listen to me. What he did to Timothy Bradley in the second fight, that's not no fighter that's sell past his date. That's a pound-for-pound fighter beating up another pound-for-pound fighter. When's the last time Floyd Mayweather Jr. fought someone in the pound-for-pound list? What?
When's the last time?
First of all, wait a minute. Hold on. Look, I don't even know. And to be honest with you, that's beside the point. Okay, it is. Right? We talk about the Bradley fight. Let's talk about the first 5 rounds of that fight. Pacquiao wasn't looking like a killer. Okay? The man was looking old and slow, to be completely honest with you. And swinging that air most of the night, just like he was against the bum he fought in his last fight. He spent the first 6 rounds.
Find me one video. Okay? Find me one video of Timothy Bradley saying that Pacquiao's not fast and doesn't hit hard. Find me one.
Look, listen, I'm not disagreeing with you. The man is fast and he hits hard, but he's not as fast as he was, and his punching power didn't carry up to 147.
Okay.
Didn't carry up to 147. Okay. Look, he ain't knocked. Look, who has he knocked out lately? Huh?
But Ness, you got to understand one thing.
6 knockdowns versus Algieri.
But you got to understand one thing, Ness.
Something.
You got to understand one thing, Ness. Mayweather is definitely the favorite in this fight. There's no question about that. I mean, the Vegas odds already have listed it as a 3-1 favorite right off the bat. So, I mean, deservedly so, he's the favorite in this fight.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not disagreeing that he's the favorite. I'm disagreeing that this is a whitewash the way that this guy is making it sound.
Pacquiao has no chance in the fight.
Okay.
Pacquiao has a puncher's chance. If the fight goes to the scorecards, it's Mayweather all day long. This is the reason. This is one of the reasons why Bob Arum has not wanted to make the fight, because he knows that Mayweather beats this cat and does it in a fashion looking like, makes it look easy. Okay? Everybody with a clue in the sport of boxing, which apparently Nesto does not have one, okay? Mayweather beats Pacquiao and does it easily.
Well, that's where you're wrong, my friend, because I've been recorded on this show stating numerous times that I will be picking Mayweather. I'm just saying, I don't think that it's a whitewash. I don't think it's Canelo Floyd.
It could be. It could be.
Some other callers. I'll be back though, because this is a spontaneous show, so we can come back to you, brother. There's not that many people. Let me see. 432. You're live. Who's this? You with the wipers or the turn signal light. You're live. Okay. Yes. All right.
Go to the next one.
I think this might be Scotty from Milwaukee.
What's happening? Message here is how you doing? Hey, Beeb.
What's going on, brother?
All right, guys. Good spontaneous show. I love it. So the way I see it is you got to figure out who doesn't want the fight, but who's got something to lose, right? I don't understand what the fight doctor was just saying because Bob Arum has nothing to lose. Pacquiao's getting older. He probably only has 2 or 3 fights left, right? He's a congressman. He's a basketball player. He's a singer. He's the this. He's that. He's got so much going on. He's only got a couple fights left. And if he loses to Mayweather, it's not a blemish on his record. It's not going to hurt him from getting fights in the future. He already got knocked out by Marquez, right? So Bob Arum's not going to lose his cash cow if he loses to Mayweather. So he has nothing to lose. Pacquiao has nothing to lose because, again, he's already has losses on his record. If he loses to Mayweather, everyone will say he lost to the best guy there is. That doesn't hurt his legacy or anything, so he's got nothing to lose. The only person that's got something to lose is Floyd, and that's his O. So no matter what they spin in the media, no matter what they tweet, what they put out there, who they try to blame it on, at the end of the day, Floyd, who owns his own promotional company, who writes his own tickets, who can dictate terms, he's at fault if this fight doesn't get made. That's just my opinion. I just don't see it any other way.
Well, what about Scotty if Mayweather says, I'm sticking to my May 2nd date, and then Bob says, hey, we're not going to fight you on May 2nd. We have to fight you on another date. Then who's wrong? Because Mayweather has fought on this date in May for the last 5 years. So now all of a sudden they want him to move from that date. Why? Why would they demand that all of a sudden out of the blue?
I hear what you're saying, but it depends on other stuff that we don't know, right? They've already been working on Canelo-Cotto negotiation for 2-3 weeks already.
Okay.
That's farther along the process than Pacquiao-Mayweather. So we don't know what's already been discussed in those negotiations. And like Neff, I think, said earlier, who cares? Or one of you guys, I forget who cares what date it is. So if Floyd is that stuck on, I have to fight on this date, which, by the way, isn't even Cinco de Mayo. It's May 2nd. He's off 3 days. So what the hell's the difference?
It's the weekend.
But that could already be in a contract or already verbally agreed upon with Cotto Canelo, and Arum might not be able to give that date.
But Cotto came out and said that he doesn't care when they fight, if it's May or June. He's already said that. And Cotto said he hasn't agreed to anything. And Cotto said that he hasn't looked at anything or signed anything. So I don't know.
Not the Mexican group. Canelo is. He would care over Cotto, I would think.
But why didn't Canelo care last year? Why does he care all of a sudden this year? Is what I'm trying to say. Where is this coming from all of a sudden out of the blue?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. Don't have all the information on that, but why should Floyd care what we can? Like you guys said in 2, 3, 4 shows ago, however many, that's $100 million or close. Call it 80, call it 70, whatever. If you were offered $80 million, you care if you fight on May 2nd or June 2nd? I sure wouldn't. So it shouldn't matter.
That's what I'm saying about this guy, man. He's looking for reasons. So he wants to ruffle the feathers. He wants to show his power. Like, now, okay, I'll fight you, but it has to be on May. Listen, Mayweather Pacquiao could be on Christmas Day, and we're gonna watch it.
That's right. My only opinion of why Floyd's finally coming out and at least pushing a little bit is nothing but pride, right? Because he's had that date for 9 years, and now Canelo, Cotto are pushing for that date, and he wants to puff his chest out and bang his chest and say, no, I'm the.
But what has Canelo ever done to say to Floyd, hey, I'm gonna call the shots against you?
That's right. That's the only reason he's trying to do this.
So why should Canelo do that? Like, I understand he's Mexican. I understand the whole thing, and I'm not trying to get into that. But at the end of the day, Floyd is the one that sells the most. He's the money man, so he should call the shots. Now, for other people to decide that they're gonna everyone that wants to fight Floyd. First of all, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Everyone that wants to fight Floyd and everyone that has fought Floyd has always agreed to his terms. Cotto's agreed to his terms. Mosley's agreed to his terms. Everybody's agreed to his terms. Canelo agreed to his terms when he fought him. So now all of a sudden, where does Canelo get off saying, hey, I'm going to push this guy off the friggin' mountaintop. I'm going to be the new king of the mountain. He hasn't earned that spot yet. He's not king of the mountain. Floyd Mayweather's king of the mountain. He's earned that spot. Until you take that spot, until someone does a pay-per-view that outsells his, they can't tell him shit. So is he a prima donna? Yeah, but guess what? Put yourself in that position. Let me jump in that position. And I know, God willing, put Nestor Gibbs in that position. He's going to utilize that fucking role. He's going to play that role. He's going to play his position. And he's going to do what he can do. Any person would do what they can do. You're not going to sit there and tell me this guy has been the top-selling athlete in sports for the last 3-4 years now. And all of a sudden, you got this kid that's 23 years old. It's going to tell him what the deal is? Fuck no. Fuck no. That's bullshit. I'm sorry. Maybe he does have all these demands, but guess what? He's earned the right to make these fucking demands. He's earned the right.
Beeb, I agree with you, but there's a but there. The but is that he has the right to make reasonable demands like an A-side fighter would make. If you're going to make your demands so specific and so minuscule and threaten to not make the fight if these stupid demands don't come together, that's ridiculous.
But he's not threatening to not make the fight. Arum is the one saying that he should not have that date. So why, again, I repeat, after 5 years straight of having that date, why all of a sudden is it supposed to be taken away? Do you think the MGM Grand is going to buy Cotto Canelo over Mayweather Pacquiao? So you know what Bob Arum's going to do?
No.
Bob Arum's going to take Pacquiao out of the equation and try to, so he's going to put himself in a position where it's going to be Canelo Cotto versus Mayweather and someone else. So that's what he's going to do. You know what? I have to admit, I used to think this was personal just on Mayweather's side, but no, this is personal on Bob Arum's side. He holds a grudge against Mayweather. He does. He holds a grudge against Mayweather, and Mayweather holds a grudge against them. And this is more than just money. And I'm surprised because I thought Arum was all about the dollars. When it comes to Floyd Mayweather, he's really not all about the dollars because he would have made this fight by now.
I know what you're saying. That's a good point. I'm not going to argue that point. That's a decent point. But I still think it's Floyd more than Arum. I don't
know. I don't know.
On the same card as the co-main event, and I charge $200 for the.
Well, let me ask you this, Scotty. Why when as Fight Doctor said, when Mayweather got his sentence pushed back and he ended up fighting Cotto instead of Pacquiao, why at that particular time did an outdoor arena have to be made for that fight to take place? Why back then did Arum say, oh, well, we need more time, we got to create an outdoor arena, get more seating? So now why isn't he talking about the outdoor arena anymore? Now he shifted it to May 2nd. So you know what? Arum is worse than Mayweather when it comes to these excuses. You had the outdoor arena. Now you have the May 2nd date. What's next?
They were talking about having it in Cowboy Stadium, which holds 80,000 people. There's no need for one.
But don't you guys understand? Mayweather has a deal with the MGM Grand. He has an agreement and an arrangement with the MGM Grand. That's why he fights on those dates. And he fights at the MGM Grand on those dates because he has an agreement, he has an arrangement. So he's been loyal to them, they've been loyal to him, he's been loyal to them, but wait a minute, he's been loyal to them, they've been loyal to him, he's made millions upon millions of dollars with MGM Grand, they've made millions upon millions of dollars with him, so why should they break up that agreement? Why should they break that arrangement when it's a formula and a system that has worked for 5 years? Why all of a sudden does someone come in and decide they're going to throw a monkey wrench in that plan and they want to change it? It makes no sense.
I'm going to tell you, there's 2 points to that. One, Mayweather is not loyal to anybody except Mayweather. He went from HBO.
Well, he's been loyal to MGM Grand for a long time, and they've been loyal to him. That's one deal I have to say that he has been. He has.
B, what you're saying is it's in the contract. If it was truly in the contract that I can only fight at the end, he was looking to shop it for the Barclays Center as last.
I'm not saying that's in the contract. I'm saying he has an agreement with them. Okay? He has an agreement with them. They reserve those dates. They reserve those dates especially for him. Okay? They don't say, hey, we're going to put a concert. He's the only fighter that has ever had a position like this where they specifically every year reserve those 2 dates for him, and they move when he moves. Okay?
Yeah,
so they've reserved those dates. How many times have you heard Arum say, we wanted this date, but we couldn't get this date? They reserve those 2 dates specifically for him every year. So why all of a sudden would they change it now?
Beeb, let him get some words off, brother, because you're repeating yourself.
No, I'm not. I told him they reserved those dates for him. I said it once.
Gets paid per ticket. You think he's going to have that fight at the MGM Grand that seats 15,000, 20,000, or you think he's going to have it at Cowboy Stadium that seats $80,000? That fight is not happening at MGM Grand. I'm telling you that right.
Yes, it will. I guarantee you it's going to happen in MGM Grand. I guarantee you it's going to happen in MGM Grand. Why wouldn't it?
No way. Not enough money. No way.
Doesn't matter. What are you talking about? That fight could be in my cellar, and Mayweather's still going to make over $100 million. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but you know that he gets
80,000 tickets and get money per ticket at
Don't you know he gets a piece of the concessions at the MGM Grand? He's got a friggin' deal with the MGM Grand. Why would he fuck it up? It's a fucking deal. It's a no-brainer.
But B, are you saying that you don't think he would be open to a bigger arena?
I don't think he cares.
I think that if he doesn't do it in a bigger
arena, why hasn't he fought? Why didn't he fight Canelo at the Alamo Dome?
Why would the biggest
Why wouldn't he fight Canelo in the Alamo Dome? That doesn't make sense. Why did he fight him at the MGM?
Why would the biggest fight in the world be in a place that only holds like 16,000?
Why wouldn't it?
That's right.
Why wouldn't it?
Because no one could go.
Yes, they could.
All right, man. Scotty, let me get to some other people, brother.
He broke 2 pay-per-view records fighting at the fucking MGM Grand. What the fuck you talking about?
Okay, brother.
What the fuck are you talking about?
We're not talking about pay-per-view.
What the fuck are you talking about? He broke 2 pay-per-view records fighting at the MGM Grand. What fucking difference does it make? He is going to make his money if he fights in my fucking cellar. Now move on before you make a fool of yourself.
I mean, the only one that made a fool of himself
was you. Now move on.
I never spoke about pay-per-view.
Move on. You lost this debate. Move on.
Ticket.
Move on. You lose this debate. You already lost. He already broke a live gate record fighting at the MGM Grand when he fought Canelo. Move on. You're making an ass of yourself. Stop.
But only a certain amount of people.
Just move on. You lost. Move on. Next caller, please.
Yo,
next caller, please. Next caller, please.
That's what we're talking about. That's what.
Then you're gonna fight it. He's gonna fight at the Alamo Dome. He's gonna fight at the Alamo Dome, and the tickets are gonna be $20. It doesn't make fucking sense. They could charge way more money fighting at the MGM Grand because the high rollers will pay more money for the tickets. Move on. You're wrong. Stop. You're making an ass of yourself.
And that's the argument that we have, bro. Like, how do you have a super fight and the fans can't go? That's what I'm telling you.
17,000 people will go. And they'll charge freaking $4,000, $5,000 at fucking ringside seat, and they'll make money. Stop. They fight at the Alamo Dome. The tickets are $20.
And you're okay with that?
Doesn't matter what I'm okay with. Honestly, I don't give a fuck because I'm going to be watching it at my house at pay-per-view. I am okay with that. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you're right. I'm going to be watching it in my house too, but I think it's fucked up. You have a super fight and the fans can't go.
How many super fights go down the line in history, okay? Where have all the super fights been fought? In Vegas. It's only fitting that this fight be in Vegas. Who cares if it's in the fucking Alamo Dome or if it's in Barclays?
I mean, Ali Foreman was in Africa.
All of the super fights have been in Vegas.
I mean, that was a super duper fight.
Go in history. All of the super record-breaking fights have been in Vegas.
Okay, let's get to some other callers.
Jesus Christ, this kid
You
is
got your
fucking
meds
dead.
today, dude. You're like, what the fuck?
Because you guys are not making sense.
All right, Beeb, you want to argue, we don't. 514. 514, you're live.
Hey, what's up, guys? This
What's
is
up?
Lucky. I'm calling from Montreal. All right. First of all, I want to say thanks, guys. This is a great, spontaneous show. I was hoping for this show. Anyways, going on to the topic. Beeb, thank you so much for being a voice of reason.
Thank you.
Right now, you guys don't even understand. When just listening to you guys, you don't understand how much sense Beeb is speaking right now.
Thank you. I mean, I have to give this kid a fucking economics lesson every fucking show.
A lot of guys, they let their hate for Mayweather cloud their sense of reason. Maybe these debates need to happen in a way that instead of talking about Mayweather, you need to use a different name other than Mayweather, because once you say Mayweather, people stop thinking. I'm gonna tell you something. First and foremost, this May 2nd date, if you don't think that Bob Arum is being outrageous by trying to move Mayweather from May 2nd, then you're really being biased. I mean, let's be real about this. Floyd has been the king of boxing for how many years now? Floyd has been the number one superstar in boxing for so many years. Everybody knows every single year when Floyd fights, he fights on Cinco de Mayo and Mexican Independence Day. We all know that. So why all of a sudden talk about Manny can't fight Floyd on May 2nd? If Floyd wants to fight Manny, he's going to have to choose another date. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all because, I mean, guys, I'm going to put a couple of points out there. The first one being Manny, every time Floyd is quiet about the fight, Manny's team, they always want to pretend like they could go to the moon and back in order to make this fight. And then the minute Floyd starts saying something, all that crazy talk about how eager they are to make the fight, they suddenly start talking about other things. I mean, I do blame both sides. Both sides have a lot to do with why the fight hasn't been made. But if you would have listened to the Manny side, you would have thought that the minute Floyd says, okay, let's fight, they would jump all over it. Floyd has always been the A side in boxing, and for as long as I've known boxing, the A side has always been able to get a lot of things go their way. Basically, things like the lion's share always goes to the A side. The date when the fight is gonna happen, the A side always chooses that. The location where the fight is gonna happen, the A side always gets that. And these are things that Floyd is asking for. And whether you're a fan of Floyd or a fan of Manny, I think we can all unanimously agree that when it comes to this fight, Floyd is the A side. So
hey, listen.
Technically speaking, these are not outrageous demands for an A side.
Can I jump in real quick?
Always get these kind of demands.
So
when
listen,
the A side.
Listen. Do you believe that it's going to happen?
Lucky.
Do you believe that it's going to happen?
Honestly, I don't believe it's going to happen. The reason I don't believe it's going to happen is because once it starts being talked about so much in the media, before there's any negotiations going on, nobody has sat down and started talking to nobody. You know, everyone is just responding according to what they're reading on the internet. I'm pretty sure even Floyd, this whole May 2nd thing, he just responded just because he read something about what Bob Arum said about May 2nd. So once it starts going back and forth like that, I don't see it happening. Never, ever has Floyd ever negotiated a fight through the media. And it happens every time this guy has a fight, we always, by the time we get to hear about it, the contracts are done, everything is signed, and it's ready to go. So once it starts going back and forth like this, Nah, I don't see it.
Can I make another point real quick?
Callers here.
Can I make another point real quick?
Well, go ahead.
10 seconds. Another reason why what people don't understand is the MGM Grand tries so hard to get his fights on those days because they know he makes a lot of money. Is because his fights also bring in a lot of the high rollers and the gamblers. And those weekends when he has a fight, they have a lot of people there, a lot of high rollers gambling. So they make a ton of money off that too, the big spenders. So there's a reason why they want this man in Vegas. It's not just for the fight.
Listen, for the record, I've never disagreed that he is the A side. You were having that discussion with the fight doctor. I feel that you and the caller are 100% spot on. That it's been this way for as long as it's been this way, and until you beat the top dog, you're not the top dog. I'm cool with that. What I'm not cool with is jamming the fight into the MGM when you could have so many thousands of people that want to see this fight be there.
But there's so many ways you can see it. There's going to be closed circuits. You could have a party watching this fight.
Closed circuit is a television, baby. If you're going to watch it on TV, watch it in your fucking house.
Yeah, but some people like to go out and be in a large group of people and interact with each other, and it's just a different type of setting.
It's not the same as being.
Can I say something else? You're going to sit in the Alamo Dome, right? You're going to be in the nosebleed seats, right? Because allegedly there's 60,000 people in there. Now then, let's just use some common sense here. I'm not trying to insult anybody. If you were going to a fight, right? If it's me, I'd rather see it at the MGM Grand. You know why? Because the seats are better. You have a better view of the fight. You're in the Alamo Dome. You're way back up, friggin' 100 rows, and you got 20 people standing in front of you. How can you enjoy watching a fight under those conditions? I'm sorry. I've been to stadiums for fights, and I've hated it. I like to go to small places to watch fights because I can have a better view. You know what I'm saying? So it's a much better atmosphere at the MGM Grand than sitting in the Alamo Dome on some friggin' hard-ass bench or something, Now you're in a nice friggin' air-conditioned hotel, luxury hotel. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful atmosphere. Well, I'd rather watch it at the MGM Grand if it was me. Who would you rather watch it at? In a friggin' stadium? On a friggin' hard bench? Come on, man.
I don't know, man.
I'm sorry.
That's a big fight, and there would be a lot of people that.
All right.
And now, here's Vic.
What up, guys? You hear me?
Yes.
I heard a little bit of the arguments. Does this fight necessarily have to happen on May 2nd? Let me ask you, this fight's so big, it could happen on any weekend.
It doesn't.
So, I mean, is that really a sticking point? Come on.
But Beeb's argument is right. Why would Mayweather change it?
I hear you, but that shouldn't be an excuse for the fight not to happen.
But why should it be an excuse for them not to fight him? Why should it be an excuse for them not to fight him?
I agree, but it shouldn't. I don't know. I mean, you could put this fight on any weekend, any day of the year.
So they could put Cotto Canelo on any weekend, and it's gonna sell what it's gonna sell.
Big, I can't believe you. No, you can't. Listen, this cannot go down as a Mayweather excuse. Simply because he has a track record for fighting on this date.
He's always fought on this date. That's like saying, hey, we're gonna celebrate Christmas on friggin' in friggin' October. Why all of a sudden we change it?
Trust me, I hear you, but it shouldn't be an excuse on any side. I mean, like I said, this fight can happen tomorrow, and it'll still be the biggest fight. It doesn't matter what date it happens on.
But why should he give up his date? Why should he give up his date that he's had for 5 years?
The A side makes the call. Cotto did it to Martinez.
Cotto didn't do it to Margarito the first time. Honestly, to be honest with you, this is all hype, and it's all hype for nothing. We're gonna get Jesse Vargas and Amir Khan. To be honest with you, is what I'm thinking.
No, he's not gonna fight Amir Khan. He's gonna try. He's gonna try to make this fight. He wants this fight. I believe he wants this fight.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I wasn't too impressed with the audio. You know, I really wasn't. I was more impressed. I was more impressed when he with the first one that he gave ESPN.
Oh, the one he did on Showtime, you mean?
No, the one on ESPN. After his last pay-per-view.
What, after Maidana?
Yes, after the second Maidana fight.
What did he say? Correct my memory or refresh my memory.
He wanted his next fight to be Pacquiao.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I mean, I'm glad that he's vocal about it now. I mean, I'm glad that he's vocal.
I'll pull it up. I got it here.
We don't know what the future holds as of right now. Anything is possible. If the fight do happen, it has to happen on Showtime, pay-per-view only, and Mayweather Promotions have to do the fight. Absolutely, it's a possibility. You know, we really can't say what the future holds. But as of right now, I want to go home, take a break, spend some time with my children, and then see who's next to Manny. Hopefully it's Manny Pacquiao.
There you have it. New words from Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Listen, he has the leverage, okay? He has the leverage. Pacquiao has no leverage in this fight. So he has to do whatever.
Let me ask you a question.
He has to do whatever Mayweather says. He has to do it. Like if these demands are so bad, why? Like what is the big deal about Manny Pacquiao fighting him on May 2nd? Why do they have
problem? You know what's my problem? You've been down this road before. If you're Bob Arum, if you're Manny Pacquiao, you know that he is going to be in charge of the negotiations. In the past, it was blood testing. Before that, it was the 40 million. Before that, whatever it was, you know. So if you want to fight him, you just
agree. Just agree to everything.
I'm here to fight you. What are your terms? I'm okay with them. Because you can't try to negotiate, especially when you got knocked out and you're doing 300,000 pay-per-views.
He's got
no leverage. Let me ask you this question.
He's got zero leverage.
Let me ask you this question. It's only got to be on Showtime pay-per-view, and it's got to be Mayweather Promotions handling the promotion. I mean, look at Mayweather Promotions' track record. They don't know how to put on a fucking show.
Listen,
I mean, the Mayweather Maidana, I mean, it was a travesty, part 2. Golden Boy wasn't involved, and it was terrible.
But
they can't handle promotion this size.
I believe they would co-promote. I believe that they would co-promote.
Yeah, but
I would hope so.
What did Mayweather do so bad? Like, Mayweather Maidana still sold 925 pay-per-view buys.
Leonard Ellerbe almost got fired, dude, for that pay-per-view. A lot of shit.
What do we care about all that? Why would we?
Because you want this to be the biggest fight, it has to be properly promoted.
It is the biggest fight. Why? How could you fuck this fight up? How can you fuck this fight up?
Look at their track record. Look at their track record. Their shows stink.
But wait a minute. What track record?
What are you talking about?
Wait, Beeb. Give me an opportunity here because what track record? Their last pay-per-view did better than
Pacquiao's
pay-per-view.
You know?
Allegedly, where are the numbers? We still don't know. Like,
it doesn't matter. The numbers that
they said there's 925,000 pay-per-view.
Who said that? Who said that though? Who said that?
Come on, Vic. Don't do this. Don't do this.
What is the number? We don't know.
Who said Pacquiao Algieri did 300,000 buys? Bob Arum said that. So you're gonna believe Bob Arum, but
Bob Arum didn't say that.
Well, who said it?
Bob Arum didn't say that.
Who said it?
Rick Glazer said it. Rick Glazer said it. Bob Arum still hasn't come out and said it was.
Who's Rick Glazer?
A guy that people listen to, apparently.
Oh, I don't know who he is. Do you know who he is?
Vic, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Since when?
Yes. Mayweather Promotions can't handle this type of promotion by itself. Like, let's be real.
I'm sure they're gonna get it. I'm sure they're gonna get assistance. I know they're not that dumb. They're gonna get assistance.
Wait.
Well, they tried to do it alone. They tried to do it alone last time.
Since when?
He's gonna be the lead promoter.
Know the actual numbers.
We don't know the actual numbers. Am I right or wrong?
Since when you don't?
What do you mean? I don't know the actual number for Mayweather's. I don't.
So if you would have taken,
if you would
have taken educated guess, worst case scenario, what did Mayweather Maidana do?
I say 800.
I say 800. Okay, 800,000 is is a far cry from 300,000. So I mean,
I hear you, but again, I just think this fight's too big for Mayweather Promotions to handle on their own. That's what I'm saying.
I just think you're looking for a reason to hate.
Yeah,
I'm not looking for a reason to hate, dude. I was there. You guys weren't there. It was a shit show. I was at that fight.
Well, I mean, it seemed to do well. Seemed to do well financially. I mean, it made money.
Let's.
No, it didn't make money. It didn't make money.
No, I mean,
let's be real with that.
It didn't lose money.
What was so terrible?
It lost money.
How much money did it lose?
I mean, you got to ask Rick Glazer. That's who everybody's running with.
Oh, all right. Well, who's Rick Glazer? Like, again, what is his credentials? What does he do? Is he a writer?
He's a boxing insider.
Oh, okay. All right. And so we just run with that.
That's where people are getting these numbers from.
Okay.
He said Pacquiao did 300.
All
so
right.
That's all I'm saying. That's what people are listening to.
What did Bob say?
So
Bob never came out. Like
did they release that?
We gotta ask Bob. No, we gotta ask Bob. We gotta call him.
I don't really care about them numbers. Listen, because we don't need those numbers to justify who is.
Well, let me ask you a question, Vic. Who has the leverage here, Pacquiao or Mayweather?
I would say Mayweather right now.
You shouldn't even right now. I mean, I mean, how could he lose the leverage?
Guys, let me get to some.
Well, he can't lose.
We got too many.
He can't lose the leverage, but the network that pushes it behind them
turned into a regular show. We got a lot of people here. 661, you're live. Who's this?
What up, Ness? It's Michael.
Mike, what's up, man? Guys, this is Mike. Mike, give out your IG handle. This is the guy that's been making our new covers for each podcast. Doing a phenomenal job. Thanks again. And talk to us, man. I know you got some words for Vic.
First and foremost, I appreciate the shout out. The IG handle is MGL Creative Boxing. And
actually, hold on. Let's do this properly.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut,
Michael from Cali. So yeah, the IG handle is MGO Creative Boxing. So anyone out there who needs posters or any kind of fight editing, I can hook that up for you. But back to the topic at hand. You should just get Vic off, actually, concerning this topic. I mean, the dude looked for Andy as soon as he got on. He's trying to take the stance that Floyd should move off the date of May 2nd. Motherfucker, for what? Why should he do that? Why on earth should he do that? Why on earth would anyone take the stance that Floyd, who's been at the top of the game for so many years, why should he move off of his date? Honestly, give me one reason why he should do that.
Does this fight need to happen on May 2nd? Does this fight does better pay-per-view numbers on May 2nd than it does any other date of the year?
If Floyd says it has to happen on May 2nd, motherfucker, it has to happen on May 2nd.
All right, motherfucker, but motherfucker, does it do better numbers on May 2nd than any other day of the year? No.
Maybe.
Motherfucker, shut the fuck up.
Why would he move off the day he set records on?
But answer my question. Does it do better pay-per-view numbers on May 2nd or any other day of the year?
It could, yeah.
It doesn't.
It could.
I don't believe so. I don't believe so.
That's the number one.
Because the original fight was supposed to take place in March of 2009.
Vic,
had nothing to do with May 2nd.
Let's be honest, Vic. Our
That's
number
the biggest
one
date of the year. Why would he move it?
Our number one reason for growth is consistency, and Mayweather's consistency, there's reoccurring numbers in that. So people know that's his week. They know that.
But it doesn't have to happen on that date. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't change the fact that it's the biggest fight. It doesn't matter what weekend it happens on.
People schedule their vacations around that date because they know he's fighting.
I can't believe it.
I don't even know if it's real what Vic is doing or not.
I know. Are you playing a character, Vic?
No, this isn't real, man. I mean, I can't understand this.
I'm just saying. I get it. It has to happen on May 2nd, but prove me wrong that it doesn't do the same numbers any other weekend. That's what I'm saying.
You're probably right.
What don't you understand that if the A side believes it's better for that day, that's just that day?
Well, good for him, but I just think any other day of the year it does the same numbers. I think we waited so long.
Can I ask you a question?
Can I ask you a question? Any weekend.
I know what I'm gonna do.
Let me ask Vic a question.
Hold on.
I got a great question for him.
You're gonna like this one because I'm about to unleash the crackling. Stewart, get him.
My God, Beeb, take your bloody chin away from Mayweather's nutsack.
Oh, you stop it.
Ah,
Will you stop it? Will you stop
I
it?
don't deserve a goddamn thing. At the end of the day, this is a Mexican holiday. Oscar's taken his date back. He wants it for the Mexican.
All right. All of a sudden, he's taking his day back after 5 years.
With his days. The man, listen, let me tell you how it is. This guy is becoming irrelevant now, and he's been cornered by Showtime. There's a lot of rumor going around that Showtime not happy with him. They've lost $60 million through this contract, and they're forcing the Pacquiao fight on him, basically giving him ultimatums. Well, Oscar De La Hoya is in the other corner, waiting with Amir Khan, another guy who's going to beat him. So he's got two options: lose for $80 million or lose for 40. So this guy, he don't want no part of Pacquiao. He's got no choice to call him out.
That makes no sense. Why wouldn't he want Pacquiao? Why wouldn't he want Pacquiao?
You Mayweather fans, I mean, seriously, I mean, grown-ass men worship.
It's common, yeah, but it's common sense though. It's common sense.
I mean, that guy again on Nick. I mean, you say anything about Floyd Mayweather and
But Stewart, who has the leverage, Stewart? Just use common sense. Who has the leverage? Who has the leverage?
I don't give a shit who's got the leverage. At the end of the day, Floyd Mayweather is not entitled to a damn thing. If Canelo wants to fight on that day, and let me tell you something now, without the Mexicans, Floyd Mayweather wouldn't be having half the numbers. He's been using them for 9 years. He don't care about boxing fans. You know, look how long he's made us wait for this Pacquiao fight. He's got no intention. He's been forced into this fight. He's got two options.
So why?
Amir Khan or Manny Pacquiao.
So answer my question. Answer my question. Why last year they didn't care about moving him off the May 2nd date? Why the year before then they didn't care about moving him off the May 2nd date? Why all of a sudden, out of the blue, like Canelo didn't want to, but wait a minute, Canelo didn't want to fight on May 2nd last year on a pay-per-view when Floyd was fighting Maidana. So why all of a sudden does he want to move him off the date now? Explain to me.
Because there's a war going on outside.
Bob Arum and Oscar De La Hoya are teaming up to get rid of the Mayweather hype train. That's what, and they've got two.
And you know what? And you know what?
Willing to do that and get rid of him. I mean, both capable of beating him. I mean, he fights Amir Khan. I just can't see him winning the fight because Amir Khan's got all the tools to beat him, and he's going to get nowhere near the money. So he's forced into a corner to fight Pacquiao. He's never wanted this fight. He's ducked him. He's made.
I'll agree on one thing.
Even Showtime. I mean, Showtime remind me of an old mother that knows their children are nicking money out their purse, but won't say anything to keep the peace. But now they're starting to stand up for their right. They're getting robbed. 60 million. I mean, Mayweather's taking the piss.
But it's their fault. They should have never. It's their fault. They never should have made the deal. And I said this years ago, and everyone called me a hater. But that's beside the point. My question to you is, why all of a sudden move him off the date now?
Hold that question. Hold that question because we've been asking it all night. Stewart obviously is not going to answer it. Michael, I'm going to.
Can I answer it?
Callers. Vic, hold on. We gotta. This turned into a regular fucking show.
I want to make a point after this. I hope I can.
Of course you can, brother. But let's just get to some.
Let him in. Let him in. I know. I understand.
Okay. You're gonna like this one anyway.
They call me Black Superman.
He's back. Can't believe he's back.
What's going on with you fellas?
What's happening?
Vic, I gotta join the party, man. This passive-aggressive hate or bias or whatever it is killing me, man. It's killing me. Like, why would... Okay, so everybody's up in arms. Mayweather's ducking him. He's throwing up roadblocks to why he won't fight him because he won't make concessions about blood testing. He won't make concessions about the split. He won't make concessions about this, that, and the other. So now all of a sudden, everything's cool, but Mayweather should make a concession about this date. A date? A date? Really? Is that what we're going to go with? And then I guarantee you they're going to run with it and say that the man is ducking him because he doesn't want to fight. Why would I fight on another date? I mean, this is the same question everybody's asked. Nobody is given a rational reason for this. It's just pure hatred of the man because they I don't even know what it is. Like B said, when people start talking about Mayweather, they lose their mind, man. It's plain and simple. Like it's been run over and over and over. Pacquiao has no leverage here. But I also believe and agree with Stuart Little on the fact that Floyd has been painted into a corner because there's a collusion and between Bob Arum and Oscar De La Hoya to try to tarnish his star, to get him out of the game. They want to get him out of boxing, right? So that's why they're both going to the media. He shouldn't be on this date because Bob Arum really has no reason to do that, right? He doesn't have anybody that can really hold that date. You know, they're really colluding to do this. So in order for Mayweather to make the money he wants and to still hold on to that date and be able to do a pay-per-view that would actually force Canelo off that date, he has to fight Pacquiao. And this is why I believe that the fight will happen this time. There's no other choice. You can't fight Amir Khan and do a pay-per-view and go up against Canelo. You're going to have to move the date. You can't do it. Amir Khan is not going to outsell a Cotto and Canelo fight. So,
well, he himself discredited Amir Khan in the recent interview that he did that we played today. You know, he said no one knows Amir Khan, so now he has no backup plan. I mean, it has to be Mayweather Pacquiao or us, or be a hypocrite.
Well, the question remains this: Does Bob Arum bite off his nose to spite the rest of his face? Does he screw if he screws Mayweather, guess what? He's also going to screw his cash cow, Manny Pacquiao, because even still, you could put Mayweather Khan up against Pacquiao Jesse Vargas, and Pacquiao Jesse Vargas will probably sell 100,000 pay-per-view buys. But not only that, let me just use an example here. You have a job, right? You have a set schedule. You work that schedule for 5 years. Then all of a sudden, your boss hires somebody else. And then that person says, I want to work the same schedule he works. Let me ask any one of you guys out there. Are you going to sit there and say, oh, yeah, no problem. I'm still going to make the same amount of money if I work the other schedule. I'll give him my schedule after 5 years of working it and having my life scheduled around that schedule and organized around that schedule. All of a sudden, some Johnny New Boy comes on the block. He's going to take your schedule away from you, just like that. Vic, would you allow that to happen? Would you sit there and say, hey, yeah, go ahead, give him my schedule? I mean, that's
Absolutely
like you.
Not. Absolutely not.
All right, then. So why should Mayweather do it? That's a perfect example right there.
There's a war going on outside, and it's
But that's fine. There's a war going on outside. But who's going to
versus Al Heyman?
But who's going to beat the top-selling athlete in the world? Who's going to beat the top-selling athlete in the world? Canelo?
No, Vic.
Pacquiao? No.
Vic, what happened to the outdoor stadium? Remember last year or the year before, whatever it was an outdoor stadium that they needed to fight. So this year they can't fight on the date, but they don't need the outdoor stadium. What's going on?
Floyd needs fight so he can take his illegal injections in his hands.
Oh.
Well, I mean, everybody who talks about who's ducking who, nobody ever brings up the stadium.
I brought it up today.
I
brought it up today.
Weren't they building one though? Weren't they building one though?
B, calm down. Not you. I'm talking about the people who like to throw out the ducking Pacquiao. He doesn't want to fight Pacquiao, but they never put out the roadblocks and shit that Pacquiao's camp has been throwing up. And like I said, both of them have been putting a lot of bullshit out there. You know, there's a lot of reasons that this fight didn't happen that shouldn't have been reasons that this fight didn't happen. May 2nd should not be a reason that this fight doesn't happen. And if it does not happen this time, it's squarely on the shoulders. If that comes down to a May 2nd date, it's squarely on the shoulders of Arum and Pacquiao. You cannot put that on Floyd Mayweather. There's no way rationally that you could put that on Mayweather and say that he should take that concession. There's no way.
Black Superman, thanks for calling in, brother. Let me get to some other callers, man. This turned into a jam-packed one. I believe this is our good friend Chris from Jersey. What's going on, brother?
Ain't shit, man. I'm chilling. I'm over here sick as hell. But when I seen I got the email that the show was a spontaneous show on the topic that it is, I had to call it. So, I'm like, are we really saying that the fight of the century and the biggest fight, arguably in boxing history, is not going to happen because Bob Arum says it can't be May 2nd. And are we really? Are we really? And I know we are, because I know I'm not, but I know a lot of people are, and they got on right away and did it. And my fucking brother, who hates Floyd Mayweather, did it last night. I was arguing with him all, through text. We're really blaming this on Floyd Mayweather, and this just shows the bias, man. I've said it every time I've called. Said it a couple times with the last couple fights they had. Floyd Mayweather fought Maidana. People called him a fucking cherry picker. People said the fight was a travesty, even though Maidana only had fucking 2 losses, both arguable. 4-5 fight win streak. Just beat the fuck out of Adrian Broner. People called it a travesty. He was a cherry picker. Manny Pacquiao fought Chris Algieri and was praised for his fucking performance. So it's nothing new. It's nothing new, and this is really what he's saying. This is really what Arum is saying. And just like Beeb said, Mayweather has fought in May going back to fucking 2010. And the last 3 years, I think, since he's done this Showtime shit, it's been May, September, maybe 2 years, or maybe 3. I think it's May, September. So it's nothing new. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the date, and you're really saying that like it can't be that date because there's going to be Cotto Canelo, which isn't even done yet, and might not even get done, because guess what? Cotto is the A side, and Canelo ain't going to dictate to him what he has to do, And it's obvious that Mayweather is the fucking A side, you can't argue it. Pacquiao just did 300 buys, if that, who knows, And even if Mayweather did 800,000, he still did fucking 800,000 on a card that I do agree with Vic. It was a shit card, and Mayweather did even complain about fucking Leonard Everly not being able to get his people seated where he was. So, from what I understand, Vic was a shitty promotion, and the paper card was just fucking horrendous. These other people fought on all them Mayweather guys, but it's just crazy that the blame keeps getting laid on this guy, and I don't think it was. I've said it before when I've called. I don't think it was ever him. If you go back to when he got the sentencing pushed back, I think at that point Mayweather didn't know what his future held. He was going to go to jail, even though if it was like a little skid bid, he was still going to go to jail, and he didn't know what his future held. So at that point, he called Manny Pacquiao on Twitter. Manny Pacquiao, let's fight. Man, whatever the day was. I got my date pushed back. Let's fight. And at that point, first, people talking about the stadium. First, it wasn't the stadium. First, it was Manny Pacquiao had a cut that needed like 7 months to heal, which, I mean, come on, 7 months, okay? Then I think there was a couple different excuses. They had to get investors. Then they needed to build the stadium. So if we're talking about building a stadium, if you know Vegas has a 131,000 outdoor seat stadium called the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So no stadium would need to be built. If they really wanted a big stadium, they could fight there. But I'm in agreement with even Beeb on that, because if they have it at the MGM Grand, which seats 16,000 people, your cheapest fucking ticket is going to be $500. Where if they have it at the Alamo Dome, you're going to have $25 tickets. Yeah, you'll have more people there, but in reality, the gate will be the same. I highly doubt it'll be that. It'll be different, or even if it would be more.
Basic economics.
But even if you go way back, man, to 2009, in the very beginning when this fight was first brought up, and you can do this. It's all on paper. You know what I mean? It's all on the internet. It's all on paper. When this fight was first brought up, one of Bob Arum's first quotes was something like, "The fight got to be at 140. It won't be at 147," and basically fuck Mayweather. That was like one of his first quotes. It was something like, "You tell him to go fuck himself. Fuck him. We don't need him, and we have dozens of other fighters to fight." And that's what he did. Fought in-house top-ranked fighters and kept all the money fucking in-house. And for whatever reason, Mayweather just got blamed for it. To me, if Mayweather wanted drug testing, okay. Yeah, no, it wasn't done before, and yeah, he was making up his own rules, but isn't drug testing now, or the random drug testing, isn't it kind of the standard in boxing now?
They're trying to make it be.
They're trying to make it be because guess what?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
PED use is rampant in sports.
You're right.
Whether it's football, whether it's baseball, whether it's boxing or combat sports. So, you know, and obviously we know they wouldn't agree to that. So, and now you're telling me it's a fucking bait. Come on, man. I can't. And people are actually fucking blaming Mayweather. So you're gonna tell me if this fight doesn't get made because Mayweather doesn't move off the date, that it's Mayweather's fault. I just don't see it. And again, you got to understand the history between these guys. You know, when Mayweather was promoted by Bob Arum, he wanted more money. He was trying to get the Oscar De La Hoya fight, and he wanted more money. And if you look at that fight, he wanted something like $25 million, and Arum is quoted as saying, "Oh, he's crazy. Who is he, God, to demand that kind of money? He'll never get it. He'll never get it." He's quoted as saying that. I can't get him that kind of money. And how much did he make for the De La Hoya fight? $25-30 million, something.
Yep, you're exactly right. He got the money when he left him. He got that money when he left him. Yep.
He got that money when he left him, and that's what he wanted. He felt like he was the best fighter in the world. He wanted to fight Oscar De La Hoya, the biggest draw in the world. He wanted to get paid what he was worth. And Bob Arum told him no, he couldn't. So what did he do? He bought himself out, and he went and fought Oscar De La Hoya, and he got that money. And the guy, you know, they just can't fucking stand each other. Okay, but now I just don't think they really either one of them have anywhere to go. I mean, if he did $300,000 against Chris Algieri, what the fuck is he gonna do against Jesse Vargas?
100,000.
Diminish and diminish.
Well,
that's just it. I just can't see how people blaming Mayweather. And look, I'll be the first one to say he's a degenerate. He's a piece of shit. He's a woman abuser. He's a fucking grown man child that is in his second childhood. But what he does in the ring is completely fucking different. And you know, it's just I really believe that people are blinded, man. And I just want to give a shout out to my man Mike from Cali. I think it was MLG Creative. I follow him on Instagram. The pictures he does for the show are hot. I'm glad you guys started using them. The pictures.
Mike is a very good writer too, man. He helps out with a lot of articles on the site too. So I want to acknowledge him in that area. You know, at the end of the day, just going to chime in real quick. This is personal because Bob Arum resents the fact that he feels as though he made Mayweather early on in his career. He built the Mayweather brand, and then Mayweather just up and left him. And that's why Bob Arum has a resentment towards Mayweather. And Mayweather resents Arum because he felt as though Arum was holding him back. And then once he left Arum, he was able to make more money. So this is personal, and I'll repeat this 1,000 times, and this is probably the last time I'm going to say it on the show. This is definitely personal. This has nothing to do with business. This is personal.
No doubt. But you got to look at it. You got to look at not only Floyd. The same shit happened with Oscar De La Hoya.
Exactly.
This is a track record. This is nothing new.
Exactly.
Oscar was the same thing. He was with Arum. He wanted more money. He wanted to get paid. Arum wouldn't pay him. He left and became the biggest fucking star in boxing. Now, all you got to do is look at it. You look at what they put out these numbers for Pacquiao. He got 26 million. He got 32 million. I don't know nothing about that. Okay, I know the fucking checks these guys get from the Nevada State Athletic Commission. That's what's on paper, right or wrong.
That's exactly right.
That's what's on paper. And I'm not 100% sure, but I think Pacquiao's biggest check from the Nevada State Athletic Commission has probably been somewhere around 12, 13, 16 million.
I'm about to say 12, yeah. About 12 million, yeah.
Right.
I think it was for the Hatton fight, too.
So they can say whatever they want about getting money on the back end or whatever the hell they want. I don't know. I know Mayweather's getting $45 million checks now. Okay, so it just goes to show you it's the same thing. He's paying Pacquiao pennies. They can say whatever they want about these fucking $32 million numbers or not. I don't care about that because I don't know. That's just words coming out of somebody's mouth. But what he's getting on paper is what I know. So you can't go to a man who's getting $45 million and another man who's getting $16 million and say, oh, we're going to pay you guys the same thing. It don't work that fucking way, period. You know, nobody would do it in their position at your employer. Or you know, it just doesn't work that way. So, you know, I hope they can make it happen. I don't know if they are, you know, with this shit about this date. I hope they can make it happen and we get this fight. I think it'll be a good fight. I think it'll be a very competitive fight. You know, no way Mayweather whitewashes fucking Manny Pacquiao. It'll be a good fight, and I made my prediction before. I think it'll be like, hey baby, I think it'll be like, Marquez Pacquiao 3, a very tactical fight. with Mayweather winning, maybe a unanimous decision or something.
Mayweather wins the fight 8-4, in my opinion. But if you want to be safe, I don't think it's going to be a knockout. I don't think it's going to be a knockout. I think you bet the decision prop both ways just to cover yourself, and you can't lose.
Absolutely. But look, let me I got my kids here, man. I'm sick. Thank you for the spontaneous show, Beeb, Ness. Keep doing what you're doing. Yo, Ness, I'm working on a pallet wall, man. You inspired me. That shit was hot. I'm putting that shit in my living room.
All right, man. Thank you. Ness?
Nah, his mic is off. Something's wrong with his mic.
Mic went out again?
Yeah. I'm trying to see if he can text me the next caller.
Yeah. See if you can let the callers in. Want to let the callers in?
Still
Go
let the
ahead.
callers in.
Okay,
Yeah,
who do you
just
got?
Tell me what number.
We'll ride with the callers here. Hold on. Having a little technical difficulties, everybody, with Nestor with the mic, so Vic and I are going to have to hold it down for a couple of minutes. Keep the ball rolling. All right.
All right, let's go live. Do 323 live on the Boxing Voice.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
What's happening, bro?
What up?
Nothing much, man. Just gonna chime in on a couple things. First of all, I've been following boxing, man. I'm 25. I've been following since I was about 14, 13, and I've pretty much caught every fight. I grew up with guys like Floyd and Zab, they're my favorite guys. But let me tell you, this Pacquiao thing that's going on, man, I feel like Floyd is really the main culprit in the fight not happening. You know, the roadblocks. Every time I feel like they're getting somewhere, something that's an impediment to the fight. And one thing I want to ask you guys is, if I recall right, in 2009, the fight was signed off 50-50, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Hey, move, baby. Was it? What the? I think in 2009 it was signed off 50-50, and the impediment was the drug testing, the 14-day cutoff or whatever. So that was a sticking point for that. But my question is, how can Floyd come back and say 2 years later in 2012, say I won't work with Bob Arum, but he signed off in 2009 to fight Floyd, you know?
Well,
really, you know, that doesn't make sense to me.
That's been the whole atmosphere of the fight, going back and forth. That's old news now. So now basically, I mean, he can fight. He can work with Todd DeBuff, so he doesn't have to work with Arum. So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and still, like with the Showtime the other day, you know, he knows if the fight happens, it's gonna be somebody calling in.
Nah, go ahead.
Nah, he's just fixing his mic.
Nah, yeah, but the fight, you know, the thing on Showtime the other day, it's gonna have to be HBO on Showtime. Floyd's with Showtime, Pacquiao's with HBO. And just some of the things he said, man, you know, it has to be on Showtime pay-per-view, Mayweather. I mean, that's not gonna happen. I don't think he's really serious about making a fight. You know, 2 or 3 months ago, I thought it would have happened, but you know, now I don't know. What do you guys think? You think is it gonna happen May 2nd or what?
I think so.
I don't think it does.
Yeah, I don't think it does, man. I just feel Floyd knows boxing. He's smart, and you know, I think Pacquiao with his speed and power will definitely be. I know all the people saying it's gonna be a whitewash. I don't know. I mean, Zab Judah won 4 rounds against Floyd. You telling me Pacquiao won't win more than 4 rounds or be competitive and bust him up? You know, I don't know.
Oh my God. People don't get it, huh? Skype caller, you're live. Who's this? Skype caller. All right. Let me see. 908, you're live. Who's this?
Hey.
Yeah, who's this?
What's up, Ned? New caller. First time caller.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
From Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico, Juan Valverde. What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
This is Juan Valverde from Tijuana. First time caller. I've been listening to the show like about 3 months, 4 months. And it's a great show. Want to put my 2 cents in. I agree with Dean. This fight, there's no way it's not going to be on the MGM Grand. Yeah, for the fans, it would be better to be on stadiums. But money-wise, if you're going to get the big money, the casinos are the ones who are going to bring the best money. And there's no way around that. Now, another thing. We're talking about the date, the Cinco de Mayo, September. I'm a Mexican. We Mexicans don't give a fuck about Cinco de Mayo. That's not a Mexican real holiday. We don't celebrate it. But I guess Canelo just wants to try to take a hold of those dates because he's a stubborn little freak. But the reality is that's Mayweather's date. That's when he makes his record. The fight, if it's going to take place, can take it on May or in September. That's it.
Tijuana, man, you got.
Now, if we go historically,
Tijuana, you got a really bad echo, brother. You're killing us right now. Let me get to another guy here. We went to 317. 1111. You're live. Who's this? Yo, he dropped off. I have no clue why there is an echo, Beeb. They're telling me it's only the callers. So if I take a caller, there's an echo. I don't know what to tell you or what to do. Maybe end it early is the best that we could do. Let me see if they complain about Stuart. Stuart, what's up? You live?
I got cut off. What happened? Has someone been slagging me off today?
I don't know.
They're
saying that the callers are having a really bad echo, so we're trying to find out if you're having any type of echo.
No I've just come back on. It sounds fine.
No echo with Stewart, I'm being told. So it's another Blog Talk issue. What can we do?
All right.
And the Dream, thanks on Dream on the check-in, also said that there is no echo with Stewart. So man, I mean, Vic, look, you're the only one that didn't really get an opportunity to give your take. I mean, you think it's gonna happen? You keep saying things like, about the date, but should we believe that this is gonna happen? And how do you see it going? I mean,
well, I hope the fight happens, but I don't think it will. I just think there's a war, and it's Bob Arum, Oscar De La Hoya versus Al Heyman right now for that date. And they want Canelo Cotto, even though Oscar said on Twitter that the only fight that could push Canelo Cotto on May 2nd was Mayweather Pacquiao. So I don't know, man. I read the interview with Arum. He said it's disrespectful for someone that's not Mexican fighting on that date, but he didn't rule out Pacquiao fighting on that date. So again, this fight has to happen on May 2nd. I get it. But I just think it could happen any other day, and I just hope it doesn't fall apart because of a date. Because it's just stupid. I mean, if it doesn't happen now, it's really
that
going to
would be the biggest duck ever. That would using a date to miss a paycheck like that. That is the biggest duck in boxing, and Floyd Mayweather would never be taken serious again. You could put that fight on Christmas Day, and it'd still make numbers.
I mean, he's right. I mean, it should. I get it. The fight
Yeah,
should
but
happen on May
Stuart, that
2nd.
doesn't take away from the fact that you're asking a guy that's been economically doing extremely well in boxing, leading in pay-per-view buys, which is what's important to the network, and you're telling him, hey, we want you to fight the guy that we want you to fight, and on top of that, we want you to fight him when we want you to fight him.
No, I've got no problem with him fighting on May the 2nd, but don't be expecting Canelo Alvarez and Cotto to move their day. I mean, who is Floyd Mayweather? Who's this guy to tell people what to do? He struts around like his fucking shit smells of potpourri.
Well, he's still doing better. He's still doing better than Pacquiao and his opponents. That's who he is. That's why he's telling you what to do, because he has the power to.
He's run out. Pacquiao's run out of opponents. That's the problem with Pacquiao.
And
Pacquiao's
Floyd
doing
has
great
not. Floyd has not. Floyd would still do 500,000 versus Thurman.
Yes, because let me tell you why. Because America is the easiest country in the world to make money.
This coming from a guy that just got force fed Bellew fucking some other fucking loser name I don't even remember.
Cleverly. Tony Bellew didn't get $40 million to fight fucking Nathan Cleverly. Let me tell you that. Listen, the guy has took you for mugs for years, right? He's been fighting. I mean, he fought Zab Loser Judah. I mean, that guy is just losing is in his spirit. I mean, he couldn't win a raffle prize with a winning ticket in his hand. Then we got Oscar De La Hoya, who was coked up to the rim at the time. He was putting cocaine in his fucking cuts. I mean, this guy's resume is overhyped by the media, and you guys have jumped on the train, and this is the reason why this man is getting $40 million a fight, and he's driving around in Bentleys and everything else. I mean, you should be ashamed of yourself, American
Does Pacquiao beat him?
Pacquiao hits him with straight lefts all night and beats him on points. Floyd Mayweather throws 10 punches around, if that. There's just no way he can win that fight. He's not knocking Manny Pacquiao out. He makes Devin Alexander look like Sergey Kovalev.
Let me get to one of these callers and see if we still have this sound issue. 111. Dream, is this you? You said you were blocked.
Yo, what's good?
What's up, brother? How's it sound?
Still an echo.
Still an echo. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end this after you, I guess. There's nothing we can do about the echo, and it's just unfair to the people.
Right.
All right, bro. Listen, we're not able to take calls on Blog Talk. And Vic and Beeb, are you guys okay? Are they hearing you guys okay?
When I talk, I can hear myself echo. And when Vic talks, I can hear him echo. The callers don't sound like an echo. The callers don't sound like an echo to me. It sounds like
they hear you guys fine. So listen, if you want to call in, Skype us, because that's working, because it's not Blog Talk. They hear you guys fine. Evidently, only you hear your own echo. So
yeah.
I'm sorry for all the echo talk. We're going to give it about another good 10 minutes and get out of here. You know, this is a regular spontaneous day, which means it's a work night. So, look, man, I don't care. I'm just, like I said, you guys know I'm optimistic. I just want this thing to happen. Hopefully it happens in May. The sooner the better for me. I feel that the only problem is that you just got to agree to his terms. It's just his terms, you know. You do what he asks.
Well, at the end of the day, people are saying, why should this fight decide on whether maybe we must fight on May 2nd or not? But why do these other guys, like Bob Arum and Manny Pacquiao, care if he fights on May 2nd? They had no problem with him doing it before, so why all of a sudden does this come up out of the blue? That's all I'm saying.
Let's put Pacquiao in it because obviously he doesn't have anything to do with it. It's Arum.
You're right.
It's Arum. Courtney Shaw is a guy that wants to call in on Skype. Listen, guys, just Skype us at THA, the boxing voice. Very simple. You know, it's always been our fail-safe. I don't know, man. I just want this one to happen. You know, Floyd sounds like he wants to make it happen. We all know that there's going to be demands that have to be met. I don't understand, you know, why you wouldn't just accept that. You know, it's like when you go to apply for a job. If they tell you you're going to be cleaning shit out of toilets, well, then don't take the job, then complain that you're cleaning shit out of toilets, right?
Well, I think my analogy with the work schedule is perfect. Because I mean, that makes the most sense. You know, they're asking this guy out of the blue to change something that they never asked him to change before. So it's just hypocrisy.
Well, I don't know, man. Since we can't take any more calls, I guess we should end it. Vic, any final words?
Like I said, I hope it happens, but I don't think it does. And if you guys read Bob Arum's quote, he said it disrespectful for a non-Mexican to be fighting that day, but Pacquiao would fight that day. I think that thing was going a little over proportion. But like I said, maybe we should call Bob and ask him that question.
Yo, you gotta turn off your radio, sir.
Hello.
Oh, how you doing? Where you calling from? Turn off that radio, sir.
It's just hypocrisy.
All right. I'll give him about another second. Look, we're getting a bunch of Skype requests, so we're gonna start getting some calls. Oh man. So I don't know. Do we wait for these guys, Beeb? What do you want to do?
No, let's stay on it. I have no problem staying on. It's a good show. It's good dialogue, good debate.
All right, here we
I
go.
have myself back on.
We got one. You're live on the Boxer Voice. Who's this?
This is Ed.
Ed, where you calling from?
Calling from Dago.
First time?
First time.
Oh man, why you ain't say that?
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Ed from Dago.
What's happening?
I'm just calling in because you know, I totally get the, you know, the May 2nd date, that's Mayweather's date, but what I don't hear anyone saying is you can't have both ways. If Floyd Mayweather's the guy calling the shots, you know, technically he could fight on any day he wants and still make, you know, whatever, his $100+ million. So I don't understand why he can't fight on May 3rd in June, or, you know, like Stuart was saying, if it was on, you know, Christmas, he'd still make a killing. So I don't get why he can't fight on a different date. I don't know why that's a huge issue.
I mean, we've given analogies as to why, like why.
Yeah, I get that, but it's kind of like, well, you know, if he's the guy, he'll make it happen on any day, you know. And so why would he want to fight on the day that Canelo's fighting? That's going to take away from his pay-per-view.
But the Canelo fight's not even signed yet. Why does everyone act like this Canelo fight is signed?
Yeah, it's not signed. I got a video that I haven't published yet.
That's kind of if.
And Cotto says everything that we've heard is farce.
Well, that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't understand why the date's a huge issue. And I get from your point, you know, why should he not fight? Because it's, you know, he's been fighting on that day for how many years? But I just don't get it. I mean, it seems like every time it's about to happen, it's you know, there's an issue. If it's not the date, it's the drug testing. It's the, you know, the 40 mil. So if I was Pacquiao, I wouldn't take less than 60-40. I mean, Floyd Mayweather can't fight anyone else besides Pacquiao where he can make $100+ million. So why should Pacquiao give in to every single demand? I don't get it. But that's pretty much it. I'm out. I'll take your comments off.
All right.
All right. Peace.
Next up is Math. What up? Moff.
Hello.
Hello, Moff.
Hello. How are you, mate? You alright?
I'm alright.
Yeah, not bad, pal. You seen what happened on the weekend? Yeah, that Bum Thurman, he went all 12 rounds with the Bumdu.
Oh, he's a bum for outclassing Bundu the way that he did?
What did he do? He only knocked him down in the first round. He didn't knock him out, did he?
He did outclass him, didn't he?
But don't forget, you were saying he was going to knock him out, destroy him. But what did he do? He went all 12 rounds.
He destroyed him. I don't even think your guy won a round.
He didn't. He did. He won at least 3 rounds for me.
Whatever, 3 rounds.
He did, honestly.
Right.
Yeah, no problem. You see
Hey, my
what?
friend,
The
you
weekend.
can't
Yeah,
call in and play the show at the same time. Like, hung up on them 2 times. Get
Sorry?
it together. Not you, Math. Not you. Moff.
Ness, what's up, man?
What's up, man? I mean, we're here talking Mayweather Pacquiao. You're talking
Yeah.
Amir Khan. You heard
No,
what
no,
Mayweather
no.
had to say about Amir Khan.
No,
Nobody
that's all
knows
bullshit.
him.
He's ducking him.
Nobody knows him.
He's ducking him.
Nobody
He's ducking
knows
Mayweather.
him.
Oh yeah, listen, he's ducking him. What
Yeah,
did he say
right.
with Pacquiao? He goes, he needs to take the drug test. That's his excuse to dodge the fight with Amir Khan. Amir Khan is very well known. Look, he's got millions of followers. Look on his Facebook page. He's got at least 3-4 million likes. Pretty, that's nothing. Twitter million, that's nothing. You come to England one time, you'll see all the town centers, they all close for him. You know, everything gets closed for him. As soon as he walks in the town center, all the shops are closed for him, especially. So, you know, Amir Khan's huge, honestly. And look, if he does fight Mayweather, everyone knows Amir Khan will destroy Mayweather. Honestly, he will. But listen, what do you call it? Thurman, he is overrated. And all this Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, you know, it's all going on, you know. Honestly, I don't know what to say about the fight, but the fight will never happen.
Yo. Listen, man. Don't you owe some fucking crow? Ain't you supposed to eat some crow?
What fight?
You tell me. I'm getting messages in the chat saying that you owe us some crow.
For what?
Whatever picks you made over the weekend.
I picked them all correct. They were all correct. I picked Amir Khan to win. I picked Thurman to win.
No, you picked Amir Khan to knock out Devin Alexander. That's what you
But
said.
I told him, no. I picked him to destroy Alexander.
I could have sworn it was a knockout.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I did say he's going to destroy him, but he did destroy him.
On the destruction prop.
Couldn't knock him out.
Hello, I'm through.
You are through, but you keep playing your
No, it stopped now. I stopped it.
I see.
I stopped it. First time caller.
All right, hold on 1 second, brother. This is a bumpy road show. Now,
ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
It's Courtney from England, Birmingham, England. And I just want to
tell this other UK guy on the line that he's wrong. That you know, Amir Khan doesn't deserve the fight.
That he's wrong. That he doesn't deserve the fight. No, he doesn't.
All right.
Amir Khan doesn't deserve what the Mayweather fight you're talking about. Yeah. No, he doesn't deserve it. To be honest with you, he doesn't deserve it. But at the same time, you know, there's arguments saying that he does deserve it. So
wait a minute, Courtney. Just in on the bat line, Math. You picked Bundu by KO, you liar.
Listen, I did say I got you. Listen, you know Bundu, he is a class fighter.
Yo. You thought that the listeners wasn't gonna find you out, man? Eat your crow. You got some nerve. You got some nerve calling in here and talking about, oh, look at Keith Thurman when he beat your guy. Oh man.
You got me. Listen.
There's a wrong waiting. Is that Stuart guy still here?
Yeah, Stuart's there.
Can you ask him, what's his problem with Mayweather? What's wrong with him? Like, what? I don't understand. Like, why does he hate him so much?
I think Mayweather stole his.
He's actually not there. Well, Sam, what's going on, brother? We got a hotline right now. This reminds me of Mixler days. Stuart, Sam? Goodbye.
Stuart?
Nah, Stuart's not on, brother. He must have dropped off.
Now, I just wanted to know what his problem was, because he's talking about, obviously, all these Mayweather's past opponents and stuff, but Mayweather's past opponents have been the best opponents, really, for the welterweight division for, the last 15 years? I can't think, and people say his opponents are washed up and blah, 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 but come on, man, look how he's been fighting. He's been fighting. Basically, if fighters could be on fire, like in basketball, like if they could be on fire, he's basically fighting them when they're on fire. So Maidana was on fire. Talking about everyone before Maidana was on fire, really.
Courtney, hold on, because obviously the Dream has some merengue playing in the background. Dream, can you get in and out, buddy, because you got the whole DJ in the background.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in there now, man. Ain't no music now. Look, look. If this was the 1980s, the 1990s, even the early 2000s, we'd be arguing, oh, for the money, oh, for 60-40, oh, for the cash cow, oh, for this, oh, for that, oh, the third. Listen, man, Hopkins went up there. Then all went up there and fought Hopkins, no problem, no bullshit. He was the A side. He went and fought Trinidad, no bullshit. Trinidad fought Vargas, no problem. You know what I'm saying? Hagler fought Hearns, no problem, no negotiation bullshit, no nothing. All these guys fought each other, man. Bottom line, point blank, period. Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, all of them, they fought each other, no business, no that. At that time, if you gave up one excuse for not fighting anybody, you was a duck. If you gave up two excuses for fighting somebody, you was a duck. He's a duck, man. Tyson, Holyfield, Hagler, Bradley, all black fighters. Something. Roy don't want to fight that man. Now he has to.
It was a different time. It was a different
now
time.
He has to.
Different time and different
now
era.
He has. Yeah, fuck the opponent, fuck the era. He pussy. I mean, he's scared of losing zero. He's scared of losing zero.
Talk about somebody. Talking about special fight.
But Dream, I'm not understanding. How is it his fault? Hasn't he always fought on May 2nd?
Preach.
What May 2nd you talking about? That's the newest one? I'm talking about everything else he did every time.
Nah. We don't do that here. We don't do that here. We don't talk about the past here.
When the May 2nd? I ain't seen nothing about no May 2nd. I ain't seen nothing about that shit. Where's it at? Where's it documented? Where's it at? Boxing scene got it? Well, he revealed it to y'all niggas? Where's it at? Where's the documentation saying that?
It's a video. It's a video. He says he wants to fight Pacquiao and he wants to fight on May 2nd.
Who's saying otherwise?
Bob Arum is saying, listen, I can't teach you this and you sound bad. Goodbye. Let me see who else is Wassam, what's going on?
Yeah, man, what's up? I just wanted to input a few things, man. Firstly, you guys, you were the first one who mentioned after the Mayweather Maidana fight, the rematch. What did Mayweather say? Right, and this is recent. This is not in the past. He didn't exactly say that he was willing to fight him and he just has to make these concessions. He made impossible concessions. Okay, he said it has to be on Showtime. It has to be a Mayweather promotion. And for a guy who just literally started his promotional company, not too long ago, he wants to take control of the biggest fight in the history of boxing. That's absolutely ridiculous.
But he has the control, Wassam. Without him, it doesn't happen.
I'm saying without Pacquiao, it doesn't happen either.
Pacquiao at this point is almost irrelevant in this equation, dude. He's fallen too far down.
His what?
He's fallen too far down.
Okay, but what does that even have to do with it? Without Pacquiao, and this goes both ways. Without Pacquiao, that fight does not happen, and the money that Mayweather can make is not generated, not even close to that.
Listen, it's not a 50-50 split. Forget about the money. It's not two A sides anymore, so he can't demand.
I understand he can't make the demands, but
so then why do you have a problem with him fighting on May 2nd?
I don't have a problem, but look, depending on when he said this, when he said that it has to be on May 2nd, he knew full well that Oscar and Bob were working together again, and Oscar has said plenty of times, Canelo wants that date, I'm gonna give him that date. Okay, so why would Bob Arum risk and tarnish the relationship he just rebuilt with Oscar De La Hoya, potentially destroying future matchups for Manny Pacquiao for one super fight when Manny Pacquiao could fight guys on Golden Boy Promotions in the next couple of years?
Can I get in here?
With
Hell no, wait in line, ringside.
Okay.
With Floyd's demands, Bob, Oscar, and Manny all lose money. If he moves away from May 2nd, he loses nothing. He loses nothing. So these concessions that he's asking can potentially destroy a lot of money for these guys, and it won't do a single
listen to me.
harm.
I think he makes some good points, though. He does make.
He's not making no fucking good points, okay?
He's making some good points.
Listen, if you come try to take what's mine's, I don't have the fucking right to fight back. You are trying to move me off my date. Are you
claiming Mayweather owns a day in the calendar now? A Mexican day in the calendar?
Yes.
That's bullcrap,
Yes.
man. You gotta stop babying him
Yes.
like that. No, he does not.
Yes,
no,
he
does.
does.
Not own that. He's only claimed that date because there was no potential other fights.
Okay. Okay. So then why are you getting mad? Why are you getting mad? Because Canelo is attempting, and Bob Arum and this crew of people are attempting to take over the date, and you're mad now because he says, "Oh, you want to take my date? Well, okay, Mayweather Pacquiao May 2nd, let's do it." And you're fucking mad.
I'm not getting mad at that.
You want him to feel sorry.
All you people would rather see
You want him to
Canelo
feel
instead of
sorry,
Mayweather
Wassam.
Pacquiao.
You want him to feel sorry for the money that Bob Arum and Oscar De La Hoya are going to lose. You want him to feel sorry for that. When they came to his front door,
they did it to themselves.
pitchforks.
They did it to themselves.
Listen,
Who
that's
would you
called
rather see?
negotiations. When you want to screw over
You're
everybody
lost,
to
man.
have
You're
your way,
lost.
you cannot,
Who would you rather see,
you
Wassam?
cannot blame him for saying
see
no
Manny
when he's
Pacquiao
making these kind of demands.
Wassam,
Claim that
you're totally listen, Wassam, you're totally out of you fell off your chair. You're off your rocker. Listen, let me get to some other Skypers here. I think that was damn, King J, right?
Yeah, what up, boy?
What up, King J?
Ringside Robbie trying to cut in, man. You better wait your ass in line, Uncle.
No, I was just going to help with making some points, but go ahead. It's your turn.
I'm fucking with you.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Look, man, it's as simple as this. Yeah, you say Mayweather owns the date and shit, but watch if Pacquiao don't fight him and watch Canelo fight on that date. Look, let Mayweather search for another opponent. You're going to see who owns the date. You're going to see who owns the date. If he really owns the date, let him not fight Pacquiao. Pick any other opponent and let Canelo and Cotto be made. You tell me who owns the date after that.
He has no choice.
You tell me who owns that date.
Khan either, and he's not going to fight Khan either.
Why do you think he's ducking? I don't get it.
He's ducking because he's asking for the fight to happen on the day that he's been fighting for.
No,
the past
listen,
5
listen,
years.
Lo, listen.
Let's just cut to the chase
I
real
don't have a
quick.
problem with that. Like him asking for that date. If he's really gonna fight him, that's okay. But you
But
know,
he told you.
okay, we'll give you May 2nd. They're gonna agree to May 2nd. Okay, but now you gotta wear these gloves on May 2nd with these shorts.
So,
you can't
But
wear those
so
socks.
what? So what? You
what?
seen it? Listen,
But-
you seen it happen in all his fights. You seen it happen.
So
why
did you
why
have a
all of a
problem when
sudden?
he made Maidana wear different gloves?
So what, though?
Why did you have a problem with it back then? Now
I
you don't.
did listen. I did have a problem, right? But you know this now, man.
But
That's
now
what
you don't, man. You're
You know
contradicting
why
yourself.
this is
no,
different?
listen, you're not getting it. You're not getting
You know why
it,
this
bro.
is different?
I just gave you the analogy. If you if you work at a job cleaning toilets, why are you mad that you're cleaning toilets? You know what
I'm
comes
not
with
mad.
Floyd Mayweather.
Wait a minute.
Whatever's gonna
Wait a minute.
come up with another.
Wait a minute.
I gotta let some of these people. I gotta let some of these people go. It's just too many.
Well, but let me say one thing. Let me say one thing. He told you last year after he beat Madonna that he was gonna fight on May. So you knew a year before that he was gonna fight in May. So don't sit there and say that the Canelo fight was signed before this fight, because he already said that he was gonna fight in May. He told you ahead of time.
Listen, I understand. I understand what you're saying, brother. The only thing that I'm saying is that it doesn't, dude. He doesn't want to fight him. Like, even if he agrees May 2nd,
You're
he's gonna
assuming.
make something
You're
else.
assuming.
Okay, look, hey, no, we all are assuming, because you're assuming too. We don't know anything. We're all assuming. The only thing I'm saying is that he's gonna come up with shit after another thing after
we're
another
going
thing.
off. We're going off of Mayweather's words.
But listen to the
That's what
dialogue.
we're going on.
Listen to the
We're going
dialogue.
off of video.
What was said? We are going to take the dates away from Mayweather. We're going to take them back. So they're admitting that they were Mayweather's dates. They're saying they were Mayweather's dates. Why would they use that terminology? Why would they use that terminology? We're going to take those dates back.
Bottom line, they declared war by coming at it in that fashion. They said we're taking it back. That's war. Don't
So
be
Ness,
afraid.
Ness.
Don't get mad.
There would be
what do you think's gonna happen?
because this
What
ain't
do you think's gonna happen from the time?
What you say, Courtney?
What do you think's gonna happen? Beeb, Ness, what do you think's what's gonna happen? Then
My
if you could read the
fingers are
future,
crossed.
if you could read the future, what's gonna happen?
My
I
fingers
think
are crossed.
they're
I
gonna
hope it happens.
fight. I think they're gonna fight on May 2nd at the MGM Grand.
Mayweather and Pacquiao, May 2nd.
Yes.
Hope
Yes.
so.
I tried to bet someone $500. They wouldn't bet my bet, so apparently they must happen too.
Look, man,
Well,
I don't
listen.
care about the date, man. I mean, I know you guys are stuck on the date thing. I'm just saying that it's clear he doesn't want to fight him, man. He's making fucking ridiculous.
But he said a year ago he
I know
fights
he's
on
the
May
A side. I know
2nd.
he's the A
This
side.
isn't something that just
I know
popped
he's the A
up.
side.
He said a
He's
year
the A
ago.
side, but it's ridiculous shit, dude. And if you guys are going by this analogy that okay, beat him then rematch him, even in a rematch.
Hello?
I don't know.
He's gone.
I think he fell off. Can I
did.
get in here?
Yeah, get in there, Robbie, because I'm about to get out of here.
Okay. First of all, everybody keep one thing in mind. Whichever fight is negotiated first is going to get that date, because remember, the cable companies will not allow 2 pay-per-views on the same day. So whoever gets their fight negotiated first is going to get that date. So if Cotto Canelo gets their contract done first, they'll get May 2nd. If Mayweather Pacquiao gets their contract done first, they'll get May 2nd. It's a negotiating ploy. That's why you hear De La Hoya and Arum and all this saying, well, we're going to take these dates away from Mayweather. The only way you're ever going to take the dates away from Mayweather is if Mayweather fights anybody else but Manny Pacquiao. If he fights Pacquiao, he gets to keep that date. If he fights anybody else, Cotto Canelo will beat Mayweather in the box office in the pay-per-view, because people are going to buy Cotto Canelo. They won't buy Mayweather Khan or Mayweather whoever else he chooses. You have to look at it from that point of view.
But you're missing one point.
They'll buy Mayweather Triple G.
You're missing one thing. Cotto hasn't said yes yet. So that Canelo fight is not done.
Well, stay tuned tomorrow to our YouTube channel, because Cotto says that he did agree to certain things and he left the ball in their court. I'm going to publish the video tomorrow. On that note, this was a spontaneous show. We already went past our time. I want to thank everyone that dealt with the echoing and dealt with, having to sign up to Skype. But look, Skype is always going to be the best way to call in. As you can see, there's technical difficulties with Blog Talk. But as always, we appreciate all of you. Vic, Beeb, find them on Twitter. I'm at NestGTO. Vic is boxing_Vic, and Beeb is at JHabib1Baby is how he always says it. See you guys Thursday. Why not?
Cool.
Have a good night, everyone.